Hi and welcome. This is Simone with OwlCat Designs, and today I'm showing you how we work in a garter tab for one of our shawls. These tutorials are specifically designed for the Silk Road Shawl Club, for the Wayfarer path, where all the tutorials will guide you through getting better at reading charts and just, some of the basics that you may have avoided in the past. I'm going to go over all of those things for you so that you can feel confident that you can work all those shawls and be happy with the results. So today, the garter tab. A lot of shawls these days are starting with a garter tab, and this is what the little tab will look like before you're all the way done. But I'm going to go step through how you're working it. So you will need the circular needles that you're using for your shawl and the yarn. And since I ran out of circular needles, because there are shawls everywhere, I'm going to show the beginning part here on double points, but just use the circulars that you would be using for your shawl. So to start, you're going to cast on, make a slip knot, and then you're going to cast on 3 stitches. Wait, that was 2, sorry. Now you're going to, like normally, turn your work, and I generally tend to, for a nice neat selvage edge, slip the first stitch as if to purl, but with the yarn in the back, as you can see here. Then I'm going to knit 1, 2, I knit across, turn your work, again, knit across, turn, knit across, and knit across. You can see how this little tab is starting to form here. You're going to do this as many times as it tells you in the pattern. So it could be 13, it could be 19, it could be 22, whatever it tells you. So I have 4 rows now. I'm going to put this aside and grab the one that I've already finished. So here, this pattern, or for this tutorial here, I did 13 rows. I'm going to be picking up 6 stitches. So the next step in the pattern is after you've done the rows you have to, it tells you to turn your work 90 degrees, right? So you've worked here, and then it tells you to turn your work 90 degrees and pick up stitches along one long side. Now, since your yarn is here, you've done the last row, your yarn's coming off of this side, we're going to pick the stitches up along the top edge and not the bottom edge, obviously. It'll make more sense. You're going to move your stitches up so that you have your tip free, and you're going to pick up the stitches along this side by going through and bringing the yarn through as if you're knitting it. So here, going through, bring it out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then one more time. So I'm going in between those garter ridges, right? I'm going not into the bump, but in between, because it's just easier to pick it up that way. And now I need to turn it another 90 degrees and pick up 3 stitches from the cast on edge down here. 1, 2, and that's a little, and 3. So now I have all the stitches I need to get started. Usually your next row is going to be a wrong side row, but it depends on the pattern. So you're just going to follow what you're doing in the pattern. But this is what your little garter tab will look like when you're just getting started, when you have all the stitches picked up. And this is what it looks like in a finished shawl. So on the bottom here, we did a garter tab to start, and you can see how it blends in nicely with the rest of the edge. I'm going to bring this up a little bit more so you can see. I hope this helped. Thanks again for watching. This is Simone with OwlCat Designs, and this was the tutorial on how to work a garter tab for the Wayfarer, for the first Wayfarer shawl, and, probably some of the future ones. Thanks for watching, and thanks for knitting along on the Silk Road Shawl Club with me.